If you have a passion to build a business, but you look at the people who VCs are funding and they don't look like you don't have the right credentials, you don't have the right friends, you don't have the right connections, you don't know how to power lunch, you don't own the right suit for a power lunch. If you did have the right suit for a power lunch, it still wouldn't count because that's not who they fund. That's like, to me, like, well, when I think about what we went through, we lost a year. We lost a year where we could have been building the shit out of our company. And we didn't lose the whole year. We still built it, but we spent so much time and so much energy and so much like effort just trying to get in the right door. And what we realized later is some people let us in, but they didn't let us in because they wanted to fund us. They let us in because they saw we had a unique way of looking at it, and they wanted to learn from us. So that when they did find the people they wanted to fund, they could then say, hey, here's this new idea, a new way of thinking about it, and it sucked.
And I get pitched a lot. And I remember, I actually had 2 micro VC funds and have funded a lot of startups. The competition is unbelievable. You're going up against people who are much further along in the business process. They don't just show up with an idea. They've got a team, they've got a business model, they've got metrics that are going in the right place. And if you're not to that stage, you could talk to 100 VCs and you won't get funding. I talked to a wonderful female entrepreneur out of Europe. She had pitched 150 people and raised $10,000. And it's not her. She's an amazing person. She has a good idea. It's interesting. It's just she's not in the right place with the right network. And so she's not going to get funding. So what do? But even when I lived out in the Valley, I would see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people pack their lives up, show up, try to live the dream. They don't have any idea about what it takes to raise money. And even if they did, they're not going to get funded. So yeah, I mean, that's part of the biggest myth is you read all this material online about everyone's raising money. Everyone's raising money. Everyone but you. And I remember going through this. 1994, everyone raised money. The original match guy raised $10 million. And here we're sitting in Dallas. I've got no connections. I didn't go to a top school. I'm not at Silicon Valley. I don't know. Matter of fact, I remember talking to my dad, well, maybe we could pitch VCs. And he was like, what do you mean, Viet Cong? I mean, he had no idea. VC was so alien to our world. And the only VCs in Dallas were funding hardware, not crazy internet ideas. And it's not because your idea is not any good. It's not because you can't make a lot of money with it. I mean, both of us sold our companies for a lot of money, but neither were VC fundable. We weren't fundable, or the idea wasn't fundable. And you guys tried even after you had the success of building Match.com with me, right? I mean, so that's what made it horrible.
But I had the credentials. So I had Stanford University. It wasn't in computer science, but I had Stanford. I had a successful startup behind me, and I was in the wrong location, and I didn't have the right connections or whatever it was. You know what? Actually, that doesn't matter. I will tell you this. The most liberating thing was the day that I realized that no one was coming to save us. There was no magic VC money, and we just decided to put our nose down and start building.
Build a business.
We competed with, and we won multiple deals against companies that were funded with $90 million. Because we got off our asses, we stopped using we need funding as an excuse, and we just built the shit out of our product.
What do you do when that describes you?
Well, I think you set aside the excuse. You say, what if I accept that there is no funding and, I still want to build a business?
Right.
So like, just say, okay, these are the parameters I'm working under. Who do I need to be to make this business happen? What do I need to learn? What skills do I need to gain so that I can get this business off the ground and funding itself? So once your business funds yourself and funds itself, then you have all the freedom in the world. You don't need permission, and you don't need like somebody to give you like your admission slip. You've got it.
That's right. I mean, when we started making money, and a lot of money, like the dating thing was throwing off cash. I think the year we sold it, between your business and the core business and the affiliate business, we made $4 million profit. Well, guess what? They wanted to give me money then. I didn't need it anymore, but they were going to give me money.
The VCs wanted, they were knocking on your door then.
That's right. And so the best way to get VC funding is to build a business that doesn't need VC funding.
Oh yeah, then they'll ring the doorbell. They'll be calling you up.
Right. And I talk to more mature businesses. They have PE firms, which is another form of capital, calling them all day long. Hey, take our money, take our money. Why? Because you don't need it. That's why.
Man, we're in a magical time right now where it's true. You really can read a book or take a tutorial or sign up for an online class and build it and have it out there way before you can actually get the appointment.
Right. I mean, like take Flutter. You know, we went through, I showed you a little bit of Flutter. I spent 2 weeks and $10 buying that course, and I can now build an app and I can figure out the rest of it. And we're going to build some apps and it's going to be a lot of fun, but I don't have to spend $30, $40, $50,000 that my wife would choke me over, you know, because
yes, she would.
That on a car or kids' education or whatever. And plus, if I need to change it after I build it, we just keep iterating. It doesn't matter. Well, that's it. We just kind of wanted to give everyone a reason to know what this channel's about and who it's for. So if you have a dream and you're willing to work hard to make that dream come true, you're not guaranteed success, but if you structure your life right, you're guaranteed to have an interesting journey.
I think that's well said.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we get to share your stories. Tell us about what you're bootstrapping. Tell us about where you're stuck. This channel's for you. We want to make it fun and interesting ride.
Yeah, so the purpose of this channel is to put together like resources that help you develop in each of those domains. Help you develop like, you know, the skills where it's maybe outside your comfort zone, and to bring people in. Like if you're working on something you can teach us or you can teach the rest of the audience, then this is the place. We want a community of people who are building for the love of building, but they want to do it effectively.
Awesome.
Okay.